This 6'8" Demigod ISO build gets a 93 driving dunk, which gives you gold posterizer and allows you to dunk on everybody. Gets a 93 mid-range rating, which gives you Hall of Fame shooting badges and allows you to green ridiculous threes right over people. Gets an 86 ball handle and 80 speed with ball, which gives you the best dribble moves in the entire game for 6'8" build and allows you to get some crazy ISO clips. Gets insane defensive ratings in both perimeter defense and steal. So not only are you your own lockdown defender, you can also play lanes with ease. And on top of all that, gets an 88 speed on a 6'8" long wingspan build, which just makes you look utterly unstoppable when you're heading downhill to get a dunk or left and right for a midi fade. And we haven't even talked about max plus 2s and max plus 1s. My very first game on this build, I had Legend Posterizer, Legend Set Shot Specialist, and a custom ankle breaking takeover that gives me a 99 driving dunk and a 98 mid-range. You are quite literally a speed boosting, midi fading, contact dunking, ankle breaking, 6'8" Demigod ISO build. Today we break the game. Shout out to HooperLife10 for winning one of my NBA 2K26 giveaways just by being Noti Gang. If you want to win NBA 2K26 or get $75 in VC, all you have to do is like the video, drop a sub with notifications on, and comment what video you want to see from me next. Best jump shot for all builds or best dribble moves for all builds. I will be choosing the winner in one of tomorrow's videos, so anytime you see a Noti from me, make sure you click it super quick. What's up, Simply Squad? It's your boy Demigod grinding, and man, we cooked up an absolutely perfect 6'8" build. I can almost guarantee that this build will be meta for every single playstyle. It can ISO, it can midi fade, it can 3 hunt, it can take screens. If you ever wanted a plug and play build that can play with any single one of your friends, this is the build for you. In the past 24 hours, I've ran with an inside center, I've ran with a small guard, I've ran with a popper, I've even ran double 6'8" ISO. Every lineup works. And on top of being meta, I genuinely believe this will be the most fun build you play on the entire year. Simply because you are a 6'8" speed boosting demigod that can break ankles, shoot from deep, and get contact dunks whenever you please. Which means we have a lot to talk about, so let's just get into it. Alright y'all, now for the build. To make a 6'8" build, you have to at least be a shooting guard, so we're going shooting guard. The height is 6'8". The weight is actually the lowest weight, which is 185 pounds, and the wingspan is 6'10", so we can get a 93 midi, which is actually the first thing we're gonna upgrade. We are gonna fully max out our midi at a 93 in the builder, which of course gives us Hall of Fame Set Shot Specialist, which we're gonna max plus 1 to turn it into Legend Set Shot Specialist. Then to finish off the shooting category, we're gonna make our 3-point rating in 83 for Bronze Limitless Range, which by the way y'all, later on you're actually gonna have a Legend Shifty Shooter as well with your extra max plus 2. The great thing about this build is you can dominate on day 1 with Legend Set Shot and Legend Posterizer, but the more the year goes on, the more cap breakers you get, the more max plus 2s, it gets absolutely insane. You're gonna have around 5 Legend badges when it's all said and done. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Right now, we gotta upgrade our driving dunk, which is actually gonna be a 91 rating in the builder. Now, the reason for that is we're gonna use our first 2 cap breakers here to make it a 93 driving dunk. Now, relax. I know that it's day 3. I promise this is not gonna be a build where you need 20 cap breakers for it to be good. The reason we're only going a 91 driving dunk is because you get your first 2 cap breakers super easily in NBA 2K26. First of all, you get one just by completing the season pass, so if you buy it, you'll have 1 cap breaker off rip. If you don't, you'll have a cap breaker once you hit level 40, which does not take too long. And then your next cap breaker will come from a variety of different ways. You could get your first cap breaker by hitting level 8 in my crew. You could get your first cap breaker by repping up to rookie 5. You could get your first cap breaker by specializing in finishing those challenges, which I would not recommend, but I'm just saying there are multiple ways to get cap breakers. These first 2 cap breakers are super easy to get and are not grind intensive, so we are going to save attributes in this build, go a 91 driving dunk in the builder, and put our first 2 cap breakers here. Now the next thing we need to upgrade is our ball handle, which is super easy. We're just going to max it out, as well as our speed with ball. No matter how you make your 6'8", the highest you can go is 86 ball handle and 80 speed with ball, which is actually all you need, because thanks to max plus 2, we're going to have Hall of Fame Lightning launch our very first game with this build. You know what's funny? 2K Labs did a test. You actually only need gold lightning launch this year, because the difference between gold lightning launch and Hall of Fame lightning launch is 1%. So if you don't even feel like putting your max plus 2 on this, you could actually get away with just gold lightning launch and a max plus one. Just something to keep in mind, I still have Hall of Fame Lightning Launch on just because I'm scared to not put it on. But 2K Labs did do a test and they showed that Hall of Fame Lightning Launch is barely any different than gold. And then to finish off playmaking, we're going to upgrade our pass accuracy to a 71. And I'm so glad NBA 2K26 is out because once again, for the millionth year in a row, at Community Day, I told y'all you don't need a high pass act to be able to play with these builds. A lot of people comment back saying, oh, this build is troll. Why does my point guard have a 71 pass act? And then we all play the game and we realize that one, passing lane steals are super weak, and two, 71 pass accuracy is more than enough. One of these days, y'all are gonna start believing what I say. But regardless, I've had zero issues with 71 pass accuracy. If anything, the passes feel exactly the same as my 85 pass accuracy tiny little guard build that I made for Pro-Am. Now with that out the way, let's talk about the defense. Our perimeter defense is gonna be an 85 overall rating, and our steal is gonna be an 85 rating as well. Now, like I said, passing lanes have felt weak, but one shining light is Interceptor Hall of Fame. If you get Interceptor Hall of Fame, your passing lane steals feel so much better than any other tier of the badge. And the way we're gonna get Hall of Fame Interceptor without going 91 steal is by using one of our badge perks to get Hall of Fame Interceptor when it's time for the clutch. And I'm not sure if it's bugged or if Hall of Fame Interceptor just happens the whole game, but bro, ever since I did that, I have been getting crazy amounts of lane steals. Like I'm back on 2K24 launch. Like bro, it's actually insane, not because we're not meant to get lane steals, we're 6'8" with a long wingspan, but because generally lane steals are very, very weak in this game. So the fact that we can get them pretty easily makes me super excited for this build. And then after that, to finish off defense, we're gonna upgrade our interior defense to a 72 overall rating. Now to finish off the build, the physicals, we're gonna have a massive 88 speed on a 6'8" ISO build. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie, 88 speed feels like overkill. We are so ridiculously fast, it is not even funny. And I'm not changing it, bro. It makes it super fun. Our agility is also gonna be pretty high at an 82, so we get gold slippery off ball, which is a tier 2 badge, so we actually max +1 this to Hall of Fame, which allows us to dex super efficiently. And then finally, the last thing we're upgrading on this build is our vertical to an 80 overall rating. And at 98 overall, with nothing left to upgrade, we're actually just gonna upgrade our free throw to an 80 overall and our offensive rebound by 1 point. So Grinding, walk me through this. Why is this gonna be the most overpowered build in the game? First off, you're 6'8" with a 93 mid-range. If y'all haven't played NBA 2K26 yet, height is king. Y'all remember shoot over those and get off me from 2K19? That is 100% back this year. It's why 7'4" stretch bigs are so good right now. The shot contest in the defense in this game is very, very weak, but only for smaller builds. As y'all seen in the intro, with my 6'8", I was getting crazy contests whenever they would try and pull up. But on my small guard, it is very hard to play defense against someone who is actually good at timing their jump shot and has 6 to 8 inches over me. So yeah, 93 mid-range, you're gonna be knocking down everything. It doesn't matter if anyone's in your face, you're still gonna knock it down. You have a 91 driving dunk, which is gonna be a 93 driving dunk and an 80 vertical, so you get some of the best contact dunks in the game. And once again, if you haven't played NBA 2K26, taller builds get the best dunk meter as well. If y'all watched my streams the first 2 days, you saw that I was getting a lot of contact dunks with my small guard, but sometimes whenever I try to dunk on a taller player like a 7'4", my dunk meter would go to 0, I would time it perfectly, and I would still miss. With my 6'8", this has not happened once in over 100 games played already. I've already went on a 50 game win streak, I've already went on a 30 game win streak. I have never been taken out of my dunk meter a single time. Between being 6'8" with a long wingspan and legend posterizer, I feel like it is impossible to miss the dunk meter. And also, one pro tip, if you're actually watching the video, I'm gonna put y'all on. There's a little, what I'm gonna assume is a gameplay bug, but if you put on blur takeover ability, it is nearly impossible for you to ever miss a dunk meter. I don't know why, I don't know how, but if you put on blur takeover, you literally cannot miss your dunk meter. You can try and force it on centers, it will still be huge. Maybe it was an intended gameplay mechanic, but I'm just telling y'all right now, bro, blur takeover is insane for slashers. Now, I personally still prefer sharpshooter takeover because it allows you to get ankle breakers more often, and that's more fun to me. Plus, I have no problem dunk metering anyways without using that, but I just want to let y'all know how overpowered it is. And then to finish off the build, we have an 86 ball handle, 80 speed ball, best moves in the game, can ISO super easily, you can take screens super easily, you could midi fade super easily, and then we have an 85 perimeter defense, 85 steal. This is how we were getting a bunch of our contests. We're actually going to have mainly Hall of Fame defensive badges when this build is all said and done. We get all of our cap breakers, the build is going to be insane. And finally, we have an 88 speed, 82 agility, so we're doing everything as fast as possible. Bro, this build can midi fade, this build can ISO, this build can play double ISO, this build can play with an inside center, center. It could play with a tall popper, a smaller popper. If you ever wanted an all-in-one build where you don't have to make another build for the rest of the year, this is that build. And if you don't believe me, you'll see in my video tomorrow. So make sure you subscribe with notifications on so you can watch full gameplays of this build. But anyways, y'all, when you make this build, you get the build name two-way mid-range slasher, which I absolutely love because once again, when people see slasher in the build, they usually try to sag off me, which is beautiful. And you can see our strengths are sticks to middies with no hesitation. We are a poster waiting to happen, very true. Forces defenses to sprint back, yep. And we handle with surgical precision. And for the YouTube comments, what are our weaknesses? Oh yeah, that's right, we have none. Because I already know some of y'all are gonna comment, a 6'8" build with no block or no strength? Brother, you have teammates for a reason. I don't care if you have a squad or not, the people on your team are still human beings. You are not gonna get all of these souped attributes without sacrificing something, and if it's strength and block that I have to sacrifice, which literally do nothing for my build, I will gladly do that 10 out of 10 times. But again, if you want strength, if you want block, there are attributes that are 90 plus in this build that you can bring down to get everything you ever wanted. For me, I will always stand on the fact that strength does not matter, and going for chase down blocks has never been my type of playstyle anyways. But yeah, y'all, that is the build. I've been having so much fun with this build. I've been dominating. I've been absolutely dominating. I can't wait to get on stream and show y'all live. I genuinely haven't locked down what playstyle I want to play like on this build. I like isoming a lot, but I also like to midi fade and take screens, but I also feel like midi fading is toxic, so I don't want to spam that too much. And then the dunk meter is also really fun. Honestly, whenever I play with this build, I just do a little bit of everything, and it looks funny because one play I'll dunk on the center, then the next play I'll fade a three, and then the next play I'll just start fading middies, and then the next play I'll dex around the 3-point line like I'm on a small guard and pull it from deep. It's hilarious. You can literally do it all with this build. I absolutely love it. I hope y'all have just as much fun as I do. And if you're looking for the jump shot or the dream moves for this build, I will have videos dropping very soon, so make sure to subscribe with notifications on. Thank y'all so much for watching. I love you all, and as always, keep grinding.